Okay. Take a drink here. Now, as you can see, I'm not wearing headphones tonight, and I need you guys to tell me if I'm close enough to the microphone. I get really sick of wearing headphones sometimes. Sometimes they hurt. So let me know. Let me know if you can, if my volume's good, and if it's not, I will put the headphones on. Sound good? Yeah, well, Monty thinks it sounds good anyway. What do you say, I took you out of the, okay, one, took you out of the penalty box, man. Sorry about that, guys. Is that better? Is that better? You're out of the penalty box, so yeah, just lay there. Good kitty cat. Jupiter was shaken up by a event earlier tonight, so he's in here on my easy chair over there. Okay, good. Sorry about the. It was worth a try. So anyway, but Monty has a habit of trying to wrestle with him all the time, and he doesn't really want to wrestle. So he starts protesting, and he just doesn't need that tonight. So there you go. Hey everybody, let's see who we got here. Who we got here? Jakester, Suzanne, Alan. Alan in from Orlando, Florida. Darren and Kim. I'm one of us. Hope you guys are having a good Thursday night. If you're watching now or later and you're new, you don't know what this is. Well, it's either called Thursday Night Live or Late Night with Lovecraft Zine or Late Night with Mike. Pick your favorite. Maybe we should vote on this. Yeah, pick your favorite. But that pretty much describes it. And I just talk about pretty much anything that enters my mind. And amazingly, you guys keep returning week after week. So how's everybody doing? Give me a little feedback in the side chat and let me know that the volume is still good. So the kittens are still doing good, Kim. Oh, good. Darren got The Last Werewolf. That is a good book. Thanks, Kim. That's a good book. I'm rereading it right now, among other things. And it's a trilogy, right? Because I've only read the first one. Is it the same quality, Alan? I think you've read more than one of them. Is it the same quality as the first volume? The first book, I mean? Oh, okay. It's worth reading the whole trilogy. Well, then I will do that. So anyway, the kittens. The kittens are doing great. Kim, especially, I think you want to know, and Alan probably. Yeah, all of you really. Right now, Scout is outside in her usual spot. And this is kind of funny because her usual spot is like Snoopy laying on his doghouse. And what I mean by that is last winter, the kittens weren't around then, but for neighborhood cats, we spent a little money on one of those, heated cat things that you can plug in the yard and they can go in there and warm up when it's like 20 degrees out. Not one cat used it. Not one. So I like what? Ugh. But I'll tell you who does use it. Nobody goes inside. And I checked it. It's easy to go inside. Scout did one time. But Scout lays on top of it. So it's pretty cute. So she's out there right now, like Snoopy on his doghouse. So if you're not on the email reminder list, you're being a good boy, Monty. If you're not on the email reminder list, then that link is in the show notes, 2 or 3 links down, and I promise you'll never get spam. 2 or 3 reminders a week for various episodes, and that's it. So, and if you're not a Patreon, I could use the help, really. It's the only thing that keeps this going. So, to all of you who are patrons, which I think everyone here that said something is a Patreon. Um, Also, this is fun. The annual Halloween episode is going to be on Sunday, the 26th at the usual time, 6 p.m. Eastern, 5 Central, 3 Pacific. As always, if you can't watch it live, you can watch it later. And for sure, yes, as usual, gosh, how many years have we been doing this? As usual, the Thomas brothers are going to be with me. And I think at least one or two of my regular panel, um, I invited all of them. Matt didn't reply. Matt really likes the Halloween episode, I found. I think he likes watching it more than partaking, but we'll see. I don't know. If he's welcome. I love Matt. And I love the Thomas brothers, Jeff Thomas, Scott Thomas. Jeff has a new book of poetry that you should get. It's on Kindle Unlimited. Let me, I made that thumbnail for the Halloween episode. I think I did pretty good. Yes, Seasons from Ice to Grain, the Scott Thomas poetry collection. And then Jeff has a new book too, The Idol by Jeffrey Thomas. It's something funny. I don't know why I do this when I watch movies or TV shows, but I do if I like the show. In like the third or fourth episode of Burn Notice, if you remember that show, I think it began in like 2008 or so. Anyway, it's a fun show. And he snuck into this guy's hotel room, this assassin that was trying to kill him. And he snuck into his hotel room to get whatever intel he could. The only thing he found was um, a sci-fi anthology paperback. And I found the anthology online and I looked at the contributors just because I was curious. Jeffrey Thomas was one of the writers in that anthology in Burn Notice. So Jeffrey Thomas exists in the world of Burn Notice. That's what we're getting out of this. So, all right, let's do some Art Bell. You guys want some Art Bell? Did I read a Lovecraft letters book? You mean in general? I've got someone just sent me the one, oh fortunate Floridian, letters between him and R.H. Barlow, but I haven't read it yet. So, from the high desert, from the high not desert near Dallas. No, it's not desert, but it might as well be because everything's brown. In general, I have not read much of Lovecraft's letters, Darren. People like Pete Rollick would be those guys. Rick Lay, of course, who's not with us anymore. Um, yeah. All right. So we've talked before about how fun it is to listen to Art Bell sometimes. Um, YouTube past episodes, especially now that Halloween is coming. So I thought I'm going to look up some real strange news, things that have actually happened that are just weird. So here's the first one. Um, and I'm reading this particular article from Listverse. Sometimes you can only shake your head when you read some of the stories posted to news websites, for example, and I looked this up. It really happened. I looked it up besides list first. What else can you do when you read about a man attacking another man with a wooden stake because he believed that the victim was a werewolf? Uh, Flip over to this news article, Salt Lake City. A man was out having lunch with a friend on a Saturday. Then out of nowhere, the guy jumped his friend and put him in a chokehold and tried to stab him with a wooden stake. This nut job was 24-year-old Jose Perez, according to reports. So here's what went down. I'm actually reading this. This is from WRAT.com. Joe pulled out the wooden stake, and it also had a nail in it, and told the guy he was going to stab him in the heart because he was a werewolf. All right. You see the first problem, right? That's not how you kill werewolves. You do that with silver bullets. I've been reliably informed. Speaking of the last werewolf, Darren, uh, the guy got away, was not hurt. Then Jose stole his backpack and ran off. Jeez, you want to maybe find some incriminating werewolf evidence in there? I don't know. So, oh yeah, thank you, Dave. So, guys, what do you think? Can we keep with this weird news thing? Art Bell weird news thing going on? Three elderly nuns escaped from a care home with help from former students and a locksmith, living alone in their old convent despite police objections. Yeah, this is under the list first thing again, although it's backed up everywhere else. Yeah, well, I saw the headline, Alan, and I was gonna take a look at it later tonight or tomorrow. I sort of bookmarked it till I could get time to read it. 10 crazy news stories no one expected to read in 2025. Here's the nun thing. Nuns on the run. Three elderly nuns in Austria have taken that idea to heart, nuns on the run. Having been forced into a care home they did not want to live in, the three plotted their escape. They enlisted the help of some of their former students and a locksmith to regain entry to their beloved, precious home, the Kloster Goldenstein Convent in Elsbethen. The nuns had been living unhappily in the care home since 2023 before making a break for it. Police aren't happy about it, but they've had water and electricity partially restored, and people are bringing them groceries. Whether they will be forced to return to the care home is unclear. Leave them alone. Now this one's even weirder, and did I miss it? It's edging up on the creepy. I mean, it is creepy. Let me find okay, here it is. The box demon. Again, this is list first. You guys okay? You guys are really quiet. What would you do if a strange person, this is like a knife point horror, like the staircase. I think that's the title of Knife Point Horror. That's the very first one I ever listened to. What would you do if a strange person wearing a crudely made paper plate mask turned up on your doorstep? This is exactly what happened to a homeowner in Pennsylvania. I would have thought Transylvania. The homeowner saw someone on the front porch wearing a paper plate mask. The person had an empty box with them and said the following into the Ring camera. I am the box demon. I leave this box, a gift for you. This took place around 4 a.m. On March 11th of this year. Um, okay. That reminds me of a Laird story. Well, don't burn your eyes if you're staring intently at me, Kim. Um, I'm not going to tell this story. It's not mine to tell, but it's in the Patreon. You guys have probably heard it from a couple years ago. If you haven't, it's a really fun episode to listen to. Creepy, but he's got a really creepy story about a guy, someone who they never saw, who said some really weird things. This was years ago in a different city. Some really weird things, spooky things. God, I want to tell the story now, but I'm not going to. Yeah, it's on the Patreon. Just Google Laird. There's several in there, but you can find it. Um, so yeah. What else do we got? I'm not going to read the article, but in England, residents encountered a person dressed head to toe in a black cat costume, growling, crawling on hills, and spooking dog walkers. Identity and motive is still unknown. In the distant past, I've read Brian Lumley long time ago. You know, you don't stake werewolves. What's wrong with this guy? Hmm, that's interesting. I guess this is a recent story. In Cortland, New York, I'm reading this from 607newsnow.com, whatever that is. I guess it's a news website. In Cortland, New York, stands the 1890 House Museum, a grand 30-room mansion with over 13,000 square feet of architectural splendor. Are you guys looking forward to the Halloween episode on the 26th? Built between 1888 and 1890, it was once home to the prosperous Wickwire family, whose presence still seems to linger within its walls more than a century later. Chester, his wife Ardell, and two sons, Frederick and Charles, were the first of the family to live in the home. I'm proud of you, Monty. Boy. Chester Wickshire, a local industrialist and inventor with thousands of patents to his name, built the home as a monument to his success. After his death in 1910, following a stroke, the house remained in the family till 1973. Moving on. So I guess it's a museum now. Museum employees often report unexplained sounds after hours. The creak of footsteps on the upper floors when no one else is there, or the faint aroma of pipe smoke drifting along the staircase between the first and second floors. Other things they mention: gentle tug on their clothing while walking. Yeah, and I guess this is all pretty recent. Oh, really, Kim? Darren, have you seen any of the past Halloween episodes? All right, so was it? Yeah, here's the article that Alan alluded to. Mysterious rogue planet spotted gobbling 6 billion tons of gas and dust a second. This is CBSnews.com. A mysterious rogue planet. That's rogue planet. It's a wandering planet. It doesn't orbit a star. In fact, we had a story about that Chaz read last week on Tuesday. So this is one of those. A mysterious rogue planet has been observed gobbling 6 billion tons of gas and dust a second, an unprecedented rate that blurs the line between planets and stars, astronomers said Thursday. Little cosmic terror there, maybe. Unlike Earth and other planets in our solar system, which orbit the sun, rogue planets float freely through the universe, untethered to a star. Science estimate there could be trillions of them in our galaxy alone, but they are difficult to spot, yes, because they mostly drift quietly along in perpetual night. Um, Now imagine what kind of creatures would be on a planet if it did give rise to life. Eternal night. Um, I'm scrolling down here. It's about 620 light years from Earth, and it's a big one. It's got a mass 5 to 10 times bigger than Jupiter, which, as you probably know, Jupiter is our biggest planet in the solar system. So it's going to get bigger and bigger and bigger, man. It's a good thing that space is mostly empty. I mean, it's full of galaxies and stars and planets and comets and other things. Not saying that. Um, but the odds of it hitting anything, floating, on a trajectory through the universe is extremely low. Odds are extremely low, sorry. So that's good. But this is a hell of a story prompt for a cosmic horror story, I would think. Tweak it a little bit. Oh, that's right. Pitch black. The sun only comes out like once every number of years, right? Yeah. And the creatures, oh yeah. Yeah. I'm gonna have to rewatch that. So there you go. You can look that up if you want to read the whole article. But let's see what else we got. Yeah, Kim, that is exactly what I was thinking. Thank you. Kim says if it happened to have a molten core like us, there could be warmth enough to maintain liquid water, which could give rise to aquatic life. Yes, exactly. Oh my God. In Florida, a woman was arrested with a tote bag labeled definitely not a bag of drugs. The bag turned out to be filled with drugs, leading to her arrest and an unexpected, oh my God, is, I mean, I just, wow. Yeah, this article says, Florida, you never disappoint. I mean, did she think she was gonna, I don't know what she thought. Yeah. I'm not gonna read this article, but this is so weird. In Italy, a 64-year-old man survived for days with a crossbolt embedded in his forehead, communicating incoherently but miraculously still alive. Emergency surgery saved his life, surprising doctors with his resilience. Looks like Netflix has a new paranormal documentary called True Haunting. Yeah, watch out for that lady with the not Not any drugs, tote bag, Alan, since you're in Florida. Let's see what else we got. Hmm. Now, this article I really like. Again, list verse is coming through. Crossbows don't kill people. People kill people, not crossbows. Oh, nice, Darren. Awesome. Well, vendor rooms are really fun, though, at conventions. And this one I like. 10 apocalypses. That's the plural of apocalypse, I guess, which Buffy probably knew. 10 apocalypses that did not happen this century. Uh, I'm very familiar with those, by the way. And quote leaders do that a lot. And then remarkably, when they turn out to be wrong, when the date gets there, they say, oh, it was because of this and this. And people, the followers believe them. Well, of course, Y2K. Um, we were okay with that one. Wow. Ohio-based pastor Ronald Weinland took to the internet, internet is dangerous, to warn everyone that the world would end on September the 30th, 2008. Well, not in this timeline, buddy. He was arrested for tax evasion in 2012. There you go. Comets. Comet Helene, spotted late in 2010. The doomsday theorists hit the internet. Yeah, I wasn't anywhere near. Yeah, these are kind of all lame, really. Rasputin's apocalypse. Hmm. And of course, the old faithful Nibiru, the fictional 10th planet, right? Yeah. Uh, yeah, yeah. Sorry, you missed the rapture, Kim. But we did too. So you're stuck with us. All the cool people did not get raptured. Hey, leave them alone. Hang on, guys. I'm sorry. Monty, Jupiter had a rough night. Excuse me a second. Sorry. You know how Thursday nights are. If you want a live, good boy. Okay. I'm only I'm basing it on your past behavior, dude. Not I would love it for you to lay there with him and yep, there he goes. Monty. Sorry guys, hang on. Back over here with me. Okay? You're trouble, you know that. Yes, you are. You're trouble. All right. Sorry, but cat emergencies, they happen. If you don't own a cat, then you don't know this. All right, lay down. Good boy. All right. Now his tail's knocking remotes on the floor. 70, huh? When I was growing up, I knew, I don't mean I believed, I knew that I was only going to live to the age of 17, and there he goes again. Montag. Bloody hell. Hang on. All right. Sorry again. What was I saying? What was the old man saying before he went to take care of the cat? Yeah, so, it's not a matter of belief when you grow up in something. It's a matter of this is true because you haven't ever been exposed to anything else. And yeah, my friends and I, we all thought we were gonna die in basically 10 years. So that's fun to think about growing up. But I survived that apocalypse too. That and all the rest, we all survived them, right? Chaz is, oh, it does. Kim says Wikipedia has a list of apocalypses by year. How many of you guys have seen Buffy the Vampire Slayer? I like that show and Angel even more. But in season 4, Buffy gets a new boyfriend. This is her first year of college, and it turns out that he's secretly with these other guys, fights monsters and demons and so forth. And when they find this out, he, he's like, "So how many vampires have you killed, for example?" I've killed 17, something like that. And she's like, "Oh, uh, 17." She's probably killed at least several hundred. And he goes, "When you stop the world, from ending the other day, I just naturally assumed that was a big day for you." And she had told him all about the past stuff. He goes, "Now I need to figure out what the plural of apocalypse is." So, Monty, I'm sorry, buddy. I'll get you out in 1 second. Well, how are you guys doing? Alan says I didn't like Finn plus Buffy, but that was a good subplot. Yeah, I think most of the fans did not like, was that his name? I don't think so. I don't think that's right. Buffy's boy. If only there's some way I could look this up. Alan's probably already got it. Riley Finn. Yeah, that was his last name. Yeah, Riley Finn. Riley. So anyway, yeah, I think most of the fans agree with you, Alan, but I kind of liked him. I mean, he was very earnest, just a nice guy, and of course I like Spike a lot more. And look, dude, he was from Iowa, so obviously stellar, right? I think this is going to be a short one because Monty's really going nuts over there. Um, oh, I'm glad you're about to get paid, Kim. This Sunday, Alan, you going to be back for Sunday or no? This Sunday, we do not have a guest, and I got to remember to schedule more of those. Um, like maybe one every other episode or one every 3 episodes probably is would work. Uh, so that's gonna be a lot of fun. A lot of things to talk about. Alan will be back for Sunday. Great. Um, you know what I think I'm gonna do tonight? Lay in bed and listen to our Art Bell. That's just That sounds good. Yeah. Do you guys watching live? Do you guys do you guys have jobs that are like Monday through Friday? Oh, Marianne, I was thinking about you. Hoping everything was okay. Um, so like is Friday the last day of the work week for you, or do you guys have jobs where it's, weekends and nights or whatever? So evening shift working from home. Well, that's pretty cool. Think about this like 20, 30 years ago. That's the dream job for everybody, right? I'd like to work from home. That'd be great. And now, because of the internet and also because of COVID, changed a lot of employers' mindset about it. A lot of people do work from home. Of course, there's one thing to work from home for a company and another thing to work from home for yourself. I don't know what it's like for a company. I don't know how what kind of rules they have in place. Do they know when you're working? Do they know when you're not? Yeah, what's not to love, right? So so anyway, Monty's going crazy. Better let him out of the penalty box. Um, and I got to take care of Jupiter. So I will see you guys on Sunday. And thanks for spending part of your Thursday night with me. Hope you guys have a good couple of days, and we'll see you on Sunday at 6 p.m. Eastern. Same bat, well, not the same bat time, but definitely the same bat channel. Night, guys.